What happens when a project is just too successful? Today, we dig into an ancient community that faced a problem we can only dream of, an absolute flood of donations for history's most unique construction job. Welcome to the ultimate crowdfunding success story. We always hear about projects scraping by for funding, begging for every last dime. Yet this story from the desert kicks off with the exact opposite problem. It is something anyone who has ever run a Kickstarter campaign would find completely unbelievable. The master craftsmen, the people actually building this sacred sanctuary, literally have to stop working. They walk away from their tools, go to their leader, and report that the community's generosity is, quote, more than enough. They are drowning in wealth.
And listen, this was not some slow, polite trickle of charity. It was a daily, overwhelming flood of precious metals, fine fabrics, and rare woods. It got so intense that the leader had to broadcast a message across the entire camp. He basically had to tell everyone, okay, we are good, please stop bringing gifts. Think about the ethical discipline that takes. They had a mountain of wealth piled up in the sand, and they actively chose to shut off the valve. With this massive fortune sitting in the desert, the next critical question was, who on earth has the skill to actually build this thing? A project this important couldn't be handed off to just anyone. It was placed into the hands of a highly elite, hand-picked team of artisans. The text emphasizes that they weren't just skilled, they possessed a unique wisdom and were genuinely eager to work. They were ready to transform that chaotic pile of public donations into an architectural masterpiece.
So what exactly were they building with all this talent and treasure? Let's deconstruct this portable sanctuary, starting from the very heart of the structure. The first layer was a set of 10 incredibly detailed curtains. These weren't just simple drapes, they were woven from fine linen, creating continuous, breathtaking interior walls. And the precision was staggering. Every curtain was exactly 42 feet long and 6 feet wide, locked together by 50 solid gold clasps into one seamless space.
But here is where you see the sheer genius of the engineering. That beautiful, sacred linen interior had to be protected. The desert is unforgiving. So over that fine linen, they engineered a heavy tent made of woven goat hair, held together by tough bronze clasps. And on top of that went a final rugged layer of tanned ram skins and thick leather. They perfectly understood that breathtaking beauty must always be shielded by unyielding practical durability.
Now you have the stunning fabrics, but you need a frame to hold it all up in the harsh winds. It had to be exceptionally strong, totally portable, and completely standardized. For the skeleton, they chose acacia wood, a super hard, durable desert timber. But they didn't stop at just wood. Every single piece of that towering 15-foot frame was completely overlaid in pure gold. They manufactured 48 of these massive, identical frames in an absolute masterclass of ancient precision.
So you have 48 towering golden frames. But what did they stand on? The foundation wasn't desert rock, and it wasn't packed earth. It was pure silver. Every single one of those heavy gold-covered frames locked right into a solid silver base. 2 thick bases for each frame, meaning 96 of them in total. Just pause and think about that. They built an entire structural foundation out of precious metal. They invested their immense wealth right where it mattered most, the grounding.
Finally, how do you turn 48 separate, heavy frames into a solid, unshakable wall? You use crossbars. The team crafted these long bars, also from hard acacia wood, also completely covered in gold. These beams were designed to slide perfectly through a series of gold rings attached to the frames. It locked that entire wall system together into one single rigid unit. They didn't just build a tent, they built a physical monument to what happens when public generosity meets elite craftsmanship.
While this sanctuary had a literal foundation of silver, the project itself was founded on something much more powerful, the unified will of the people and the dedicated skill of the craftsmen. It leaves us with 2 questions. Are you building your life on a foundation that will actually last? And when you are given an abundance of resources,
Do you have the wisdom to use them perfectly? Take a moment, breath, and let them sink in.